This video is an audio R&D project. To fully enjoy it, please use earphones, headphones, or high-quality speakers, and watch in full HD. Turn off the lights and enjoy.
Now, the next app I'm gonna show you, it's a real one. I've used this quite often. Basically, it acts like sonar, but you need a strong light source to see it. Okay, so I need all your lights on and point in the direction where I'm pointing the device. Got it?
Got it.
Right next to the key.
That was a good one. Unitan pa burrito ay ang pagsayaw mo ng hilbino. Ano yan? Nakakaliw, nakakatindi,
It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and seeking human victims.
Voices in my head. Voices in my head.
Si Joker lang yung nagaganda kayo ng video ko sa dog ko.
Naging sa Swigel. Naging sa Swigel.
Voices in my head. Voices in my head.
Alright, here we are in our first location. This, of course, is the Botanical Gardens. That's my assistant. That's Ferdy.
Hi, Ferdy.
He's basically my minion. Now, that's the Japanese tunnel. We're gonna go inside in a few minutes. Now, quick question. None of you are claustrophobic, fear giant spider, snakes, etc., 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 no?
I'm afraid of
Those spaces, no? short history lesson about this place. This place was actually built in 1942 by the Japanese Imperial Army. It was used as a storage space. That is its official designation. Storage and munitions. Basically, yung mga ammunition ng mga Hapon. There are actually 4 tunnels in Baguio City. This is the only one that is open to the public. Now, obviously we're gonna go inside, so that's not a problem. Now, I do have a couple of rules. One of them is stay together. 2, not run. We understand each other.
Yes.
Here's the thing. There were 36 people who were assigned to this place. On top of that, they also had a number of hostages with them, which they kept inside till the end of the war. Back in 2008, when the tunnel was actually open to the public, there were actually a group of archaeologists, some Japanese, some Filipino. They were documenting everything inside. All the artifacts, of course, were all sent back to Japan, including the bodies that they found inside.
Holy shit.
The thing is, one of the archaeologists who was taking pictures, or his job was to document everything with his camera, he caught something on his camera.
What?
Something that completely freaked him out. What was it? What did he take? Somewhere in the tunnel. Somewhere inside the tunnel. That's where it is. I will point it out to you, mamaya.
Okay. There's a guy there in the window. Okay.
Oh, by the way, you remember that picture I showed you earlier? Yeah. The one with the ghost.
Yeah. It's there.
Where? We are here.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
You see this portion over here? Those in front can back a little bit so you guys can see. Everyone in the back, you can see this? Alright. This is one of the unexcavated areas. There's also a caved-in section. Basically, this means that some people got trapped inside.
Oh no, that's
Here's the thing, though.
Ow, Mom!
Excuse me.
The problem is,
Excuse me.
there are ghosts in there.
Follow ako dito kay Gully.
Oh, by the way, up there is a secondary chamber which leads to a secondary room. Unfortunately, it's not accessible to the public.
okay.
Why?
Too dangerous to climb.
Yeah.
It's too high. And chances are you'll get stuck inside.
Yeah.
If you get stuck up there, no one's coming to help you, by the way. Help me! Actually, funny story. See, the thing is, there's a story behind this thing.
Okay.
Every now and then, people often swear that they hear a sound. Or a sound calling out.
I regret.
What?
Let me out. That's a
Wow.
Okay, so here we are at our second to last destination. This, of course, being the Laperal House. The Laperal House has been around for the longest possible time. It's been around since the 1920s. It was built by the Laperal clan, Don Roberto Laperal, Doña Victorina Laperal, and their 6 kids, 3 boys and 3 girls. This was a summer vacation house, not a permanent residence. It's not some person made up some nonsensical story about it being permanent. No, they never lived there permanently. They only came here during the summer. Now, let's see what it looks like inside. Here's the living room over here.
Wow.
Nice.
That's the main entrance.
Wow.
Those are the stairs going up to the second floor.
Good.
That's the stairs going up to the attic.
Yeah, staircase.
Staircase. The narrow staircase. That's the dining over there.
Oh, ganda.
20s no?
Here's the thing. That's all Nara and Yakal wood. The whole interior is Nara and Yakal wood. Now, here's the thing. It's haunted 24/7, 7 days a week. By who? The family. The whole family. The kids and the parents. Why? Because of what happened in the early years of their lives. Soon after the curse began, one by one the children died. One by one they started to haunt the house. Next to follow was the eldest son who died in Manila. His ghost now haunts the house. How did he die? He got shot by someone. Some think he was robbed. His twin brother came to the house one day by himself. He committed suicide in the boys' room. One sister, many years later, was graduating college. On her graduation, her friends basically planted the suggestion, why don't we have a big party? But where can we have it? Where can we have it? Oh shit, don't you have like a house in Baguio? She didn't want to do it, but they insisted. So she had no choice. They had the party. So they made the trip up to Baguio City. Driver who was driving was so tired because what? 29 hours of driving would make anybody tired. So what do you think happened to the driver? He fell asleep behind the wheel. Crashes the car, killing everyone in the vehicle. But yet the ghost finds its way to the house. Another daughter dies again a year after. This time of a very rare congenitive debilitating disease only inherited through the family. Genetic, they say. She contracts it, she gets sick, and then of course she dies peacefully in a hospital in Manila. Next, of course, back to the story. It's almost 1942. The last remaining son of the Laperals falls in love with a woman, decides to get married. Unfortunately for him, it turns out she's actually from Baguio. So where do you think they have the wedding? In Baguio. Where do you think they have the reception? Here. What happens? Well, unfortunately for them, someone invited themselves to the party, basically a party crasher, pretended to be a guest, drank all the alcohol he could get his hands on, waited for the couple to leave, for everyone to go, and the couple retreated to the room or the house, and of course after which, what happens? He sneaks into the house, enters the bedroom, kills them both. Turns out it was the ex of the girl. Realizing what he had done, he turns the gun on himself. As for the Laperal couple, well, unfortunately for them, they don't get access to the house for a long time because the Japanese occupy Baguio City and they occupy the house and they use it to interrogate and do a lot of horrible things inside to people. But they too die in 1945 because those Japanese people get killed, or the soldiers get killed by the Americans. When the Americans returned in full force, they were driving by and they saw the Japanese inside. So what do you think they did? They attacked. One of the Japanese officers makes it all the way to the attic. Umabot ng attic. And from the attic, he opens the balcony doors, takes a few steps up, climbs up that ledge, and swan dives head first. He dies horribly. Back to 2015, sorry, 2015, when we used to go inside the house. We'd go all the way up to the attic, and when we were up in the attic, I'd tell them the story of what had happened. I'd also tell them the story of a ghost that could be seen from across the road. That's La Casa Bianca. They'd see it now every night, looking at them back in 2015. Freaked them out completely. Welcome to the Diplomat Hotel. Said to be the most haunted place in the Philippines. A place of death. That surrounds us now. Why? Because of the history of this place. A long time ago, this place was run by Dominicans, an order or collective of mga priest, mga pare, that weren't originally from the Philippines, obviously. And nagpunta sila dito. This was a retreat house. The man who built it, ang gumawa, his name was Father Roque Ruano. Civil engineer, builder, architect, mastermind, and genius. Now, he designed this building to be the first earthquake-proof building in the Philippines. It's nigh indestructible. Now, some of you might say, who's Father Roque? Well, you see, he was a Dominican priest. He's also responsible for another famous structure. You might actually know it as USD. USD. This is the Campeta, the Japanese secret police. They're the ones who did a lot of crimes. They did the torturing, the murdering, the raping, and doing all sorts of horrible, horrible things to Filipinos. They did it because they just felt like it. Or because they think that you were on the side of the aisle, so they would do whatever the hell they wanted. They were vile, vicious, murderous, malignant, bloodthirsty, sadistic, even towards their own men, their own kind. And of course, at the end of the war, while holding this place, they were attacked by a number of American soldiers and Filipino soldiers, some of which fought on these grounds. This was a battle area or battlefield. Hundreds dead, hundreds here. Japanese soldiers and Americans and Filipinos alike. Oh, by the way, the Dominicans, you see, ang ginawa nila is, they took the Dominicans, what Father Roque was, he designed this place to be impervious to quakes. For the reason for that is he built an aqueduct underneath this entire structure, making it earthquake proof. It fills up with water. Shock absorber siya. That's why the building will never collapse on a quake. Now, ang ginawa ng mga Hapon is they drained the water, transformed the aqueduct into a dungeon or torture dungeon because ang ginagawa nila, nabubuno ng tubig at dyan, nila mga prisoner to drown. Well, after the Japanese lost this place, obviously the Americans held it for at least a couple of years while they were fixing it up and then gave it back to the Dominicans, and then the Dominicans ran it until the 60s, until the arrival of the 70s, and of course forthwith came the phase of Baguio, the culto phase, the religious leader phase, yung mga fake healer. This is where they all came up to Baguio, because Baguio was perfect. And at the peak of Well, there's no kids here, so the peak of Baguio's face, the height of the faith healer, came one man. His name was Tony Leo Agpawa.
Faith healer.
The most famous faith healer in Baguio City. He specialized in a form of faith healing called psychic surgery. What's that, you say? Well, that's surgery without the use of an instrument or device. Ang ginagawa niya kasi is, he would open you up with his fingers and reach into your, wherever it was killing you, your cancer, your tumor, or whatever was basically making you ill. And then he would remove it. Oh, by the way, fun fact, it was all a show. It was staged, it wasn't real, it wasn't actually happening. He just made it look so realistic because sobrang magaling siya at sleight of hand basically. He made it so dramatic na nangyayari ng mga tao akala nila totoo talaga nangyayari. Obviously. Now this guy became so popular and so rich and famous that he was able to make a shit ton of money and became an insta-millionaire. Naging yaman overnight.
Albums ka kaya para madali yan.
There's literally a lot of things that he loved. And he also became a self-proclaimed religious leader. Self-chaplain daw. He wasn't even religious and he called himself a chaplain. Imagine. Nag-invento siya ng sariling kulto. I'll point them out where they are now. This is the room that Mr. Agpawa kept so that he could keep an eye on all his victims. This is also the room where he died. Over there. In a fireplace. This is where you see his ghost. Standing over there. How did he die? Well,
Yung flooring niya dati.
he died in 1982 of a heart attack in this very hotel room that he got so he could be close to all his victims. No, he also roams the halls. Where is my volunteers? Who amongst the group of you would you say is the most responsible?
Gino.
Okay, come here. You have one job. Your job is to hold on to this like your life depends on it. Okay? You will not drop it. You will not toss it or throw it. You will not hit anyone in the face with it. Okay? Grip it like your life really holds on because you're going to be using my favorite app. It's designed by a very famous ghost hunter. This is a real EMF detector. The legitimate one. This is called IEMF Plus.
Tunog pa?
I use this for investigations.
Pwede tayo, Choy.
So,
I saved your life na many times.
grip this like your life hold, like it really matters. Set it to 0, point it away from everyone and set it to 0. Once it gets to like that, that means there's something nearby. Okay? Point it away, take the lead. You guys from behind, You can film, you can record, stay together, stay close, stay clustered.
Oh,
You're going to make one round, so you're going to go all the way to the dulo, make a round, and come back to us. Got it?
gotcha. Flashlight mo.
The rest of you will stay with me.
Nakakita ko sa ano mo. Dito. Oh my God, look on your left. What's the reading?
Di parang nilaps
Pop, 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 pop. Right.
Isang ronda lang.
Right.
Putang na yun eh. Kita mo na yung mukha.
Check.
Ay, oo, yan.
Yeah, may multo. We didn't notice this when we were walking around Diplomat Hotel, but as you guys can see, it's there. Leave a comment down below what you guys think it is.
Hindi, point it away nga daw eh. Tapos,
Yan. Oy, zero na naman siya.
ano nga yung sabihin? Pag nagpula,
May mumu. Sagad-agad.
ano yung sabihin? Pag sa gano'n? Ewan.
May mumu.
May mumu? Tingin natin, alam natin. Ava, where's Avery? Avery? Tingnan mo nga, Day.
Avery, where are you?